Introducing the Evh 5150 EL34. Let's take a look at it. Okay, I'm here with Snack Pack, and he brought in his new EL34 amp, and we wanted to do a review on it, and we wanted to start out with talking about the differences with it. So why don't you fill us in?
Absolutely. The biggest difference between the 6L6 version and the EL34 version is obviously the tubes. This has 6L6s. This one actually has US tubes, they're RCAs. That one has JJ EL34s shipped straight from the factory. So when they introduced the EL34 model, they fixed the volume jump between the green channel and the blue channel. This actually has concentric knobs. That's a stacked pot. They separated the circuit on the gain and on the volume. So now you have independent gain and independent volumes between the two channels.
That's cool. So, because they were modding them, weren't they? And
yes.
That's why they did that?
Yes, Cruise Control was actually doing these mods. They were adding the concentric knobs. They were also modding a couple of resistors and capacitors, I believe, to clean up the clean channel. I'm not 100% sure without looking at the schematic on that, but the clean channel sparkles. It's absolutely wonderful, and there's no volume jump because you can set them however you want.
So basically, when they did that, they eliminated the issue that everybody was complaining about regarding, like, you're stuck with a gain or a volume setting that goes into another channel as well. So you don't have any independence, basically, right? Is that what it was?
Exactly. What you would have to do is set the gain just right to kind of minimize the jump, but it was still there. With this, I mean, you can set your gain wherever you want. You can set your volumes independently per the channel, however you want, and there's no jump.
Well, that's got to be nice, especially for playing live. You're not pissing off the sound guy.
Yes. You
know, you switch channels and you got this guy looking up at you from the crow's nest going, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
You know, and your audience too. I mean, your audience is getting nailed with the jump. So it's nice to be able to do that. And if you use an IEMs, can you imagine the jump that goes right into your skull, you know, if that happens? Okay, so now we're going to score this amplifier on these 5 categories. On the red channel, the green channel, the blue channel, we're going to score it on versatility and value and quality. So let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, so what did you think of the red channel?
I thought it had a lot of girth and balls. I love it. Absolutely love it. I like the way it responds to pick attack, dynamics, everything about that channel is awesome. How about you?
No, I felt the same way. I mean, I usually on most amps I have to slap an overdrive in front of it, but this one though, the only thing it would do would make it a little more angry than it already is, but it's already angry enough for me. I mean, it was very responsive, it had great tone, and the pick attack, like you were saying, was there. The aggression, the rage, everything that you want out of a channel like this, it has, you know. So I even think that an overdrive, not that it wouldn't be necessary, but it definitely wouldn't be as necessary on this amp than it would be on any other amp. And that's one way I kind of rate, you know, lead channels on, is whether or not I need to put an overdrive in front of it. And you know, we were monkeying around with this at my house last night, and we did put an overdrive in front of it, and it made it act a little better, you know, a little more responsive, but it wasn't, like I said, it was more of a taste thing as opposed to a, oh, it's so muddy or it's so gushy or spongy that you have to have an OD in front of it. You don't need one, you know, for the most part.
If you want one to tighten it up,
it'll take it.
The Horizon Precision Drive was the one for this amp.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And we set it up where we actually left it, we didn't have it on the tight knob all the way up at all. It was up one notch, so it just tightened it up a little bit and made it, it was perfect, you know, it really was. This is near perfect without it, and it's absolutely perfect with a teeny bit of overdrive on it, and it'd be beautiful.
But in my opinion, if you were to take like a Maxon TS-808, would not sound good with this amp. It would make it squeal and squawk and feedback, and it would just sound horrible.
So what would you rate the red channel? 1 out of 10.
I'd give it a 9.
Same here. I'd give it a solid 9.
Yep.
There's no such thing as perfect, really, so I'd give it a solid 9 all day long. Alright, let's take a look at the green channel. I really like the green channel. This is the first time I actually played through an EVH on the green channel where I actually liked it. It didn't sound like ice picks in my ear, and it was sparkly but not screechy, and it was very pleasant, and I could just imagine if you had some chorus, some reverb or delay on it, it would just be lush, and I think they did a fantastic job on it, finally. I think that's what a lot of people have been waiting for all this time, is them to come out with an amp that was more versatile, that didn't clear the room every time somebody stepped on the clean channel. What did you think?
I thought it was very warm and organic sounding.
Yeah.
It was very pleasing to the ear.
Yep, there's really nothing I don't like about it. I'm going to score it an easy 9, honestly.
I'd give it a 9.
Yeah. Yep, so we're going to go with 9 each on that one. So let's move on to the blue channel. so what did you think of the blue channel?
Really? I thought it was horrible.
Yeah.
It's the worst tone I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's muddy as
It
hell.
sounded like a PV, like a Valve King or something.
Yeah.
Like a low end.
Yeah, it literally sounded like, you know, the amp was sitting in a mud puddle. You know, it was really sludgy and but not in a good way. You know, it was lethargic. All the notes I was doing with the different tapping things, and you couldn't hear what I was doing. There was no clarity. It was very unsupportive of everything that I played. I felt like I was driving around on a car with flat tires. It was really bad.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
If there's ever a need for an overdrive pedal.
Yep, right there,
Yeah.
blue channel.
Yeah, the blue channel was horrible. I call it the just kidding channel because it was like, yeah, here's a third channel, just kidding. You know, I don't really think it did anything. I would never use this channel. I can't think of one reason why I would ever use the blue channel at all.
They say it's Eddie's brown sound, but...
Oh, you know what brown is?
It's poop!
It doesn't work for me at all. I would never step on that channel.
Yeah.
Ever. In fact, what they should have done, if you ask me, what they should have done is put 2 red channels in here with maybe some different gain stages, or maybe one
Just
with a boost, different voicings, yeah, something, because I think, I honestly think that that channel was a complete and utter waste of everyone's time to put in that amp. I really do. And they failed miserably on it. I'm going to give it a 1, and that's being generous.
I'm going to give it a 0.5.
Ooh, 0.5.
0.5.
Nice. Well,
Epic fail.
so I was being generous. Alright, so basically we're going to go over the key features on the EL34 amp. So on the back, you have the power on, power off, you have the standby, and you also have the MIDI in, so you can control things, anything MIDI you can control with, which I think is a great feature because now everyone's using MIDI. So it's nice to have something that is adaptable to newer technology. So I think it was a really good thing for them to keep that feature in there. You also have the preamp out, you have your send and return for your effects loop, and you have your resonance knob, which is fantastic because that'll give you a bigger cab sound. So even if you're playing through a smaller cab, like a 2x12 per se, you can make it sound like a 4x12 without getting all the mud from the bass. It just makes your cab sound bigger, which I think is a really good feature. And I think these guys started that, didn't they? Pretty much start that with the resonance knob. Either they started it or they were one of the other pioneers that blazed the trail for everyone else to jump on that bandwagon.
I
So
think it was the PV5150 that first introduced the resonance.
yeah, I think it's a great feature though. So. And then you have your ohm load impedance, you know, switch. You can adjust it accordingly. All right, you also have a headphone jack on it, which is nice. So if you're practicing at home in a quiet environment, you don't want to wake up everybody, well, they give you an option to do that as well. And then, of course, you have your speaker outs as well. So that's the back panel. All right, so on the front panel, you have a shared EQ between the green and the blue, and it rhymes, and I didn't plan it that way. And you also have concentric gain knobs so that you can have separate gain for your clean channel and your rhythm channel, which is the green and blue channels as well. And then right over here you also have all the EQ settings for the red channel, as well as a presence knob and a volume knob there. And they also allow you to switch channels with these buttons on the front of the amp as opposed to always having to use the foot switch. Okay, so now we're just going to score the amp on versatility because I like versatile amps. I don't want a one-trick pony amp. I hate that because I play clean and I also play dirty, and I like to have an amp where I can put it on stage and I don't have to worry about, oh, I can't play this song or I can't play this one part of the song the way I want to because the amp is limiting me. So I'm a little different because I use the piezo pickup, so I want an amp that allows me to do that too. And it's nice to have all of that versatility. Okay, so based upon the fact that we've played through the green channel, which we thought was really good, and the red channel, which we thought was really good, And then you got the blue channel, which we thought was terrible. I think that really took the versatility down on this amplifier, because it's one channel that we'll never use, and I would say that most people would never use. So that took a lot of versatility away. So I'm going to score it a 5 on the versatility, and I think that I'm being pretty fair but pretty harsh at the same time, but I'm going to give it a 5.
See, I'm going to boost your 5 up to an 8, just for the simple facts that I can switch the channels through MIDI, which is a big key feature for me when I use, say, a fractal, AX8, or you could change the channels with your Helix if you wanted to on the fly without having to add the EVH foot switch.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great point, but you're still stuck with a channel that's not going to do anything for you. So you're switching around that channel as opposed to being able to switch to it and utilize it. So it's a workaround for something, in my opinion, that is like, yeah, they gave you an easy way to work around their horrible blue channel. And that's what I'm saying. If this had, I'll put it to you this way, if this had a fantastic blue channel, I would score it an 8 as well. But that blue channel, it just killed my score for it. It just did.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Alright, so I talked him down to a 7.
Guy's a salesman.
Alright, so now we're going to score this amp on value and quality. This amp has a price tag of $1,100, pretty much everywhere you go. And for $1,100, I expect a lot out of an amp, especially if it's just an amp head. There's no speakers or anything like that with it. It's just a head. I think the quality's decent. I mean, you know, it's made in Mexico, like you said, and it's a decent product. I mean, American-made products tend to be better, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's just the way things are these days. So the fact that it sounded great on the clean channel and on the red channel, I thought that was fantastic. It gave it a lot of value and, you know, quality as well of sound. I really like that. But the blue channel is coming back to haunt the amp again and bringing that value down, because I honestly feel like they wasted our money, because when you buy this, you're buying the blue channel too. So I feel like it's a waste of money to have that channel. You can put an overdrive pedal in front of it and clean it up a bit and make it sound, I guess, presentable. It depends on your taste. Myself, I would never even use the channel at all. Even if I had 10 overdrive pedals in front of it, I would just bypass it. Why go through all that when you can just have the red channel? You know, so I'm going to give it a 6.5 on value and quality.
I'd give it a 7.5 on value and quality, just because it's an extremely versatile amp. You get a lot of bang for your buck, but like Jared was saying, the blue channel just sucks. Like, I'm sure a lot of guys could slam it with in overdrive and kind of clean it up so it's not so flubby sounding like a, I don't know, like a Mesa. A lot of guys hit those with an overdrive and cleans them up, and then, you know, the channel's actually usable. So for some guys, you might want that spongy tone. I don't. I like a sparkling clean and a nice tight lead channel. I mean, I'll never use the blue channel, but yeah, I'd give it a solid 7.
Okay, and you feel like it's built well and reliable and all that stuff too?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, it's an EVH.
Yeah.
I've gigged out with this one for 3 years now. Never had an issue. So yeah, it's definitely a quality product.
Well, they're good amps, and you can find parts for them easily, obviously, right? You know, and they're everywhere. So if it wasn't a good product, you wouldn't see it on every stage, at every gig, you know, or every studio. I mean, they're diehard amps. People swear by them. It's just, what we're here to do today is to rate it and to give our opinion on the amplifier. It doesn't mean that it's not a good amp. All it means is there's some things that they did very well on this amp. I mean, extremely well, and we praise them for that. They deserve all the kudos they could get. But that if they wouldn't have given us that crappy blue channel, this thing would have been a solid 9 all the way across, if you ask me.
Yep.
It really would have, and the blue channel dragged it down. So we're going to tally up our scores and give it a total in the next segment. Alright, so our final scores for this product out of 50 is, for me, I gave it a 35.
I gave it a 39.
So I think that's pretty good. All things considered, I'd say it's a very worthwhile amp to buy. You know, and if you like a spongy blue channel, you might find even more value in it than we do. You know, so I mean, don't let us detour you from buying this because we feel like the channel, for our personal taste, wouldn't work. I mean, if you're a bluesy player or somebody that plays like classic rock or whatever, you might really like that, and you know, hey, good for you. You know, but for us, that's our personal score for this product. You can find these at your local retailers and online, so go check one out when you get a chance.
Segment 7, take 1, blue channel.
So we're just playing now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just caught up in the horror that's about to happen here. Oh my god.
That's it. That's what the clip should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope, I'm done.
A 3. Alright, try not to laugh.
Wait, what is this blue channel again?
It's the rhythm.
Okay.
It's the dog shit channel.
So just kidding!
Yeah, that's what I called it last night. It's the just kidding channel. I'm trying to find a riff that I can play.
Play Fallen.
Play something
that
spongy.
Sharky
Different tuning. Oh my god, this is horrible. What can I play? I'm so uninspired.